The inevitable is finally happening. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from FastCon coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps the channel in more ways than you even know, and it's free. So during this episode of AEW Dynamite, and I was thinking before I got on this camera, there was multiple different angles that I could have hit on. I could have hit on the assault of Private Party by Jon Moxley and the new BCC. I could have hit on the opening match between Jericho and Orange Cassidy, and I could have hit on the hype package video that they played tonight, hyping up the match for Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson and the technical difficulties that they had. Now, that's such a funny thing, the technical difficulties that they had. AEW, if all the rumors are true, is a company that is about to be influxed with hundreds of millions of dollars. And as we all know, they are the #2 promotion in North America right now. So the fact that they always run into these technical difficulties, whether it's things messing up with the audio, things messing up with the picture, things like tonight where we saw where they couldn't get their video package started right, it really is a bad look for them. Hopefully with this new money coming in, they could fix that, but it wasn't a good look for them. But what I really wanted to talk about was us finally getting the setup and us finally getting the confirmation date for the inevitable Will Ospreay versus Ricochet match in AEW. As soon as Ricochet signed with AEW, we all knew that this match was going to be happening. It was more of a when, not if situation. And we finally got the date for the match. It is going to be happening 2 weeks from now at AEW's 5-year anniversary show. And the reason why I find this so interesting is if you follow these two guys' career prior to Will Ospreay being in AEW and prior to Ricochet being in WWE, if we go all the way back to 2016, you know that the match that they had in New Japan was one of the more divisive matches that we've seen in probably the past decade. If you're a person who is more of into the storytelling aspect and more of the in-ring isn't your more concerning factors when it comes to the match, this is a match that you probably really hated. If you go back and watch this match, and I recommend that you go back and watch this match if you haven't seen it, but it is one of those matches where if you like it, you really love it. And if you hate it, you really, really hate it. It's a match that if you're not into selling, if selling is really big in your mind and it really makes or breaks your mind of how good of a match could be, this is a match that you're really going to hate. And if you remember going back at that time period, it was a match that really was divisive amongst people that were in the business and the fan base. If you saw any or listened to any different type of wrestling podcast or seen any type of wrestling interviews from any ex-wrestler, this is a match that really, really, really incited a big-time reaction out of everybody. And I am so interested into seeing if we're going to get a match similar to that. And if we're going to get the similar type of uproar this many years later. Because as we all know, AEW has always been more in-ring focused. It has this knock of not being able to tell stories. I feel like if you've watched the show within the last several months, that's a narrative that has clearly been shaken off. But most people who aren't watching the show, that's kind of their sticking point of what they usually like to go for. But this is a match that I feel like is going to be a big time situation for AEW, because I also think on that show they're finally going to be able to announce that TV deal. And I feel like this is a match that they're going to be selling it. I don't know what the tickets are looking for that show, but I'm assuming and I'm going to be checking daily to see if this match, since they've announced it, if tickets are going to be moving more, to see if this is a marquee match that people want to pay money to go see. But it's a match that I'm very interested in. It's a match that we saw get set up tonight. We saw Ricochet pick up a match against the Beast Mortos. We saw him and Will Ospreay having a backstage confrontation, setting up the match, talking about how Will Ospreay has been telling Ricochet that he needs to rack up wins to even get into this match with Will Ospreay. He's done that. He's on a 3-match winning streak, and we're finally getting the match at the anniversary show in 2 weeks after Grand Slam. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you excited for this match? Have you seen their match from 2016? And are you a fan of that? And do you like it? Remember to like and subscribe. I'm Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.